Here is an interesting fact. A carnivore will kill fewer animals in a year than a vegan. I have been an athlete for a long time, and as such, I've heard and tested an innumerable amount of diets and eating strategies. Among those diets, the vegan diet seems to be one of the most ethical way of eating. The key word being seems. We all love animals. They are innocent living creatures that we share the planet with. It is only natural that one might consider going vegan in order to save their lives. A very noble pursuit. However, due to modern agricultural practices, the average vegan kills more animals than the average diet does by consuming livestock. Today, we will discuss the different ways in which the agricultural industry massacres millions of animals every year, and we will gain an understanding of how to deal with this issue in an effective way. At this point, many of you might be wondering, how does this vital piece of information is overlooked by the people that advocate the vegan diet? The answer to that is simple. It all comes down to a matter of perspective. According to Mike Archer, a professor of the University of NSW, 25 times more animals die to produce an equal weight of wheat protein than beef protein. This means that in a gram-to-gram basis, eating steak would seem as the lesser of two evils. After all, a mouse dying to produce spinach is no different than a cow dying to produce steak. Does this mean that I'm discarding the vegan diet as an option? Absolutely not. If done properly, the vegan diet can be one healthy option. In fact, according to an article by the American Heart Association, vegan diets have been shown as a viable option to reduce the risk of heart disease. This could be the perfect diet for a compassionate, health-conscious person, if it only did not have the obvious flaws of causing an animal genocide every time I want an avocado toast. Now, we know that growing crops can kill more animals than eating them. It is time to learn how they cause that many deaths. How do you think farmers defend their crops for your green smoothies? The answer is simple. Farmers spray their fields with pesticides to eliminate insects and rodents that might damage their crops. To make matters worse, most farmers shoot predators on site. According to Dr. Matthew Evans on his book, Eating Meat, every year, 40,000 dogs are killed to protect rice production in Australia, and a billion with a B, mice are poisoned to protect wheat in Australia. These practices are barbaric and damaging for both human health and the environment. A poisoned mouse is a living creature that was tortured to death. No wonder that in a 2013 article, ABC News decided to name mice the biggest loser with veganism. These deaths do not limit to rodents and birds, but also lizards, snakes, and even insects if you want to split hairs about the damaging effects of mass agriculture. Even if farmers were not so vicious defending their crops, these massive farms, by the simple process of preparing the soil and harvesting the crops, it involves heavy machinery that destroys any animal in their path. This presentation has been very negative so far, but I promise you, there is light at the end of the tunnel. All these agricultural practices and their negative impacts only apply to massive operations, massive farm operation. This means that large-scale agriculture is the cause of these many deaths. The safest, if we know that, now we know how we can get better fruits and vegetables from small operations. Having this information, we know that the safest and most cost-effective option is to start your own garden. According to the Journal of Extension, on average, a home vegetable garden may produce $677 worth of fruits and vegetables, compared to the cost of $238 worth of materials. Being your own food supplier guarantees that you can follow practices that align with your values and ethics. This means not poisoning rats, not shooting dogs, and obviously avoiding all those billions of deaths by just growing your own vegetables. Another viable option, especially in California, are community gardens. This option is very similar to the first option, with the only difference being that you now have a team of like-minded individuals helping you with a larger garden. The final and most long-term solution to this problem would be to start consuming our fruits and vegetables from reputable farms that follow ethical and sustainable agricultural practices. Increasing the demand for this type of businesses will make them popular and widely available for the people in general. If any of the audience members was on the fence about trying veganism, rest assured that you now have the tools to do so in the most ethical way possible. Now we know that in an ethical sense, eating plants can be more harmful to animals than simply eating them. We also know that the root cause of this problem can be directly traced to modern farming practices performed by the most large operations. Luckily, we also have explored the different options in which we can become a part of the solution rather than part of the problem. Remember, if you're not someone with something is done in an ethical manner, you can always just do it yourself. More often than not, it is the most cost-effective way of getting things done. Doing the right thing is not always easy, but doing the right thing is always right. Thank you.